What is up, guys? Sam for the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to show you the best route for holding cover 3 for easy one-play scores. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, check out my brand new strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available in online head-to-head gameplay, showing you how and why the pros use what they use, and most importantly, how to counter it when you face it in online head-to-head gameplay. On top of that, your subscription to Gridiron Game Plans also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan on the site while your subscription is active. So make sure you guys go over and check it out. We actually have a offensive game plan update rolling in this week on the website in addition to our Vault update. So go check it out. $9.95 per month will get you access to the entire website. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's take a look at today's topic. We're going to talk about how to beat cover 3 for a one-play score. Now, in the past, it's been very easy to beat cover 3 for one-play touchdowns, but EA has wisened up a smidge in terms of the routes on the sideline that can hold outside thirds. Whereas in the past, we could use routes like out routes and comeback routes to hold these zones. They are a little bit smarter in Madden 21. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the gamut here of routes that, typically speaking, were great one-play touchdown type routes. And we are in the West Coast offense here for those that are curious, and we're going to be running the play deep corner with the bunch to the wide side of the field pre-snap. Now I'm going to go into cover 3, and I'm just going to choose a regular non-press variation cover 3. So for instance, here we'll choose cover 3 sky weak out of over plus. I'm not so much worried about the pass rush. I just want to make sure that the coverage cell is not pressing the solo receiver because I don't want to give you guys false results on this playtest. So go ahead and take the field here. Now this is cover 3. You've got the outside corner over Thomas, responsible for the outside deep third of the field. You've got that safety that's standing back at the 45-yard line, responsible for rotating to center field. And then you have the outside corner that is standing near roughly the 46, 47 on the outside of Sanders, responsible for the outside right deep third of the field. Now, in the past, beating cover 3 was as simple as streaking the middle receiver in bunch to pull the center fielder all the way deep, allowing the streak to develop underneath, the post to develop underneath the streak. And all you needed on the short side sideline was something like a 10-yard out route. Now, this was a one-play touchdown route combo for darn near a decade. I mean, you could go back to nearly any Madden and throw this for a one-play score. But what you're going to find here in this game is that the outside third actually does play kind of similar right there, but there will be times, especially the higher the zone coverage gets, where that player will not respond to that route. So there will be times where you go to something like this and honestly, it doesn't work. It did look pretty good right here in this example, but you know, you will oftentimes, you see right there how he recovered back and we actually got to throw out a sack. The higher the zone coverage is, the quicker he realizes that he needs to get back. And that's kind of what I want to show, is that that particular route, that out route, can get you in trouble. Where a guy will actually kind of bait you into the throw. It looks wide open, and then at the last second, it's really not. So you see right here, it looks good. The backside hook is matching. So, you know, you're able to throw that ball out there over the top. So if that works for you, that is great. That's a good route to hold. But it could be a little bit inconsistent, at least in my testing. So if it works for you, great. If not, we got another one coming. Now, the other route that was really good, and this was one last year that worked, was the comeback route. But not only the comeback route, we actually smart routed it so it was shorter, basically pulling that zone down. So we'll kind of show you what I mean here. This is a route that really worked well last year, but now the computer is really keen to this route. It doesn't even play it in cover 3. So that's a route you have to get rid of. It's a route that does not work. I'll go ahead and show it one more time, but you could clearly see in this example that it had no chance against the cover 3 when smart routed, which was pretty much the glitch last year to pull outside thirds down. You see right here, there's just no interest in guarding that route, and he's all the way back on that B receiver that we're trying to throw to over the top. So it doesn't work. Now, let's say that the out route is inconsistent for you. You need something else. The comeback clearly doesn't work. Let's talk about a route that is really good for this route combination. You can get this route with an outside apprentice, which I believe is 1 or 2 AP, depending on archetype. If you guys play Ultimate Team, if you guys play regs, you'll have to look for outside apprentices, guys like Mike Thomas had the wide receiver apprentice, which give him routes no matter where he lines up in the formation. Guys like Allen Robinson, Devontae Adams also have this ability where you get extra routes on the outside. So if I pull up Michael Thomas's routes, you notice that there's 4 additional routes: a post corner, a post, and a fade stop. The route that we're actually going to use is going to be the post corner. Now, for me personally, this route does not work very well as an actual throwing option. You would have to get a very specific coverage with, you know, a deep half on the outside and no flat zone to even warrant throwing this. But what I can say about this route, it is hands down, bar none, the best pull down route for beating cover 3 over the top with a skinny post in the game. So what I want you to watch is the player on Michael Thomas. He's literally going to play him as tight as possible. Now, hopefully we get time to throw this ball up here. We're going to double team so we can float over. You see how he really just plays that, and he doesn't pull back like he did on the out route. Now, right there, the issue is Breeze doesn't have the biggest arm in the game, but you can see that that throw was very, very open over the top. So again, all we're doing here for this tip is streaking the right bumper to pull the center fielder and allowing this post to break underneath of that center fielder. And then on the short side of the field, we've got that outside third locked in on the post corner route, allowing us to throw this bomb all the way over the top. You see right here, I could just go ahead and let this loose with Breeze. You throw it a little bit earlier, you don't have to worry about his throw power nearly as much. But if you guys play Mutt and you have a big arm quarterback, somebody with set feet lead, gunslinger, Vic, you know, there's a lot of quarterbacks that can make this throw very easily, very routinely in online head-to-head gameplay. So it is the post corner route. This route can be found again in an outside apprentice, a wide receiver apprentice, or as part of the hot route master package for any outside receiver. So if you guys have, you know, a hot route master like Dan Marino, this is a great option for you to beat cover 3 very, very easily. Now, again, I want to go into the instant replay and show you the difference between this route, and then we'll go back to the play call screen, or not the play call screen, but the field, and show you the out route again. So what you can see right here is Mike Thomas drives vertically, breaks to the post, and then back to the corner. And you see that this outside third is going to play the corner route. And the reason for this is that EA has taken a concerted effort to make sure that outside thirds play corners. And with this being a double move corner, it just pulls the outside third into attention on this, and he's not going to recover back. As you see, this route, the post is breaking into the top of this outside third grid. So basically it's giving him 2 routes to guard at once. He can't leave that route open on the sideline, and that's why this throw ends up being there for Emmanuel Sanders. Now, if I were to go ahead and use the out route again, it's not that there isn't a moment where he can't be open over the top for the one-play score. It's that the outside third will relinquish responsibility of the deep out route underneath to his teammate in the purple zone, and he'll try to recover. And it's not that there isn't a window, it's just not nearly as good. When you see right here, he immediately starts, actually right there, he stuck with it the whole way, which is great. But like I said, there will be times, especially with higher zone coverage defenders, where they will pull back. So we've given you a regular option that could be, at least in my opinion, and it looks like maybe via patch or some sort of reason that out routes are getting played a lot tighter in cover 3 now. So maybe that's a change that came into the game via patch, and I just didn't realize it until I sat down to shoot this video. But if you start to notice that your cover 3 beaters aren't working with an out route, you could really afford to go to an outside apprentice for a post corner, because we know for a fact that he'll never bite off of this route, and it'll really allow you to throw this ball all the way over the top. You see, at no point does he ever have any concern for dropping back to that post. And again, all these incomplete passes is just Breeze not having the arm strength, but Mike Thomas has this ability for the purpose of this video. The other thing that you should definitely know is that, you know, we've talked about different routes that are part of the outside apprentice tree. We've talked about the post route. You know, the post route is obviously one of the best routes this year. If you have that 90 deep route running, this is great for beating, you know, off coverage man. Obviously posts are great for splitting cover 2. You know, that's also afforded to you with the outside apprentice. We've talked about the fade stop many times, I think more than any other tip strategy site, YouTuber, what have you. We've talked about the fade stop so much as a route that I really love, especially the smart routed fade stop, because it just spots up so beautifully in zone, for you to make that throw. You know, if you could pull down that outside, the outside purple zone, it's just such a beautiful throw, especially against cover 2. Is kind of running it as kind of like a curl flat combo. I've always loved this as a high-low read out there. And I mean, you can kind of see how that spacing works. We've talked about, you know, C routes and things like that as well. The ability to use a C route and maybe even motion a guy across the formation to try to pull, you know, pull zones back. You're going to kind of see how that kind of gets into a decent spot right there. Obviously, if you're not rushed by the line or whatever. You know, this is a great ability that I don't think a ton of players utilize fully. They just basically use it for the occasional skinny post, and really they don't even use it on a receiver. They more so get those skinny posts from their hot route master quarterback. So like I said, you could use this whole route tree to your advantage, but in my opinion, pound for pound, the post corner is bar none the best old route in the game for holding outside thirds in cover 3. As long as you have the throw power with a quarterback, you should be stealing, literally stealing one-play scores from the defense. Again, if Drew Brees just had a little bit more oomph in his throw, you know, obviously that ball is a walk-in score. Again, though, if you don't want to, you could go with the out route. The out route is great, but just be aware that there will be times where that zone defender will bite off and recover. And when that happens, you don't, you know, you don't have that post corner unless you have a hot route master or a outside apprentice type receiver. So if you run into a player that's doing that to you, you might be SOL. So keep this tip in your back pocket. I think it's something you'll want to visit. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of equity in labbing your offense around an outside apprentice, because not a lot of competitive players are doing that. And I think that, you know, you can create up some pretty solid route combinations using this ability. Guys, that is today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below. If there are topics you want me to cover here on the YouTube channel, make sure to drop those in the comment section below as well. Check out my website, gridirongameplans.gg. So much great content going up on that site each and every week. Doing my best to keep you guys on top of the competitive Madden meta. You guys are going to be able to get all the vault updates. I believe there's 9 of those now. Well over 30 videos. You're paying close to 50 cents per video, and there's so much information to keep you guys on top of your game. And that doesn't include, but it actually does also include, with the cost of your membership, you also get those offensive and defensive game plans as well. So go check it out. We'll see you guys later with our next video. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab, and good luck.